It looks like it's recording as well, so that's good. Good afternoon or good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We're so excited to have you here. This is a little bit different format than what we've been using, so we're in the GoToMeeting platform. So I'd love if you guys could do me a favor and help me test and use that little question mark there on your screen to tell us where you're from and what you hope to get out of today, so that we know that the Q&A panel is working, and also so that we can celebrate that everybody's here. So hello, welcome. It's a very special webinar today. We are going to be talking about really truly being service-minded, and we have put together a whole turnkey system for you that we are giving away today called the Holiday Heroes Project. Our host, Darryl Davis, will be with us in just a moment. Sarah is also on the line. She'll be helping us with any control panel or any technical issues that we might have. And thank you, Mary from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and Christine from Corona, California, help nurture clients, wonderful. Mary, looking to help support small businesses and offer a gift guide, wonderful. Hello from Minnesota, from Ann Sampson. Hello, good morning, Sampson. We've got Vincent from Florida. Thank you guys for helping me make sure that this is working right. So today we are going to be taking questions at the end. So we are going to be using this Q&A panel here. So feel free right now to tell us. We don't have a live chat link like we do with the other system that we have, but we're going to be monitoring. Sarah and I are both going to be monitoring this question and answer panel. So thank you. Tell us where you're from, what you hope to get out of today, and any questions that you might have. We're going to be taking those at the end. So welcome, welcome. We're so excited that you're here. This is going to be a special day. It's a special webinar. We are recording it. Depending on where you are, our goal is to really help you serve your communities at a high level. Let's see, we've got Gail in Buffalo. Good morning, Gail. Diane in Higgins Lake, Michigan, hoping to gain momentum. Wonderful. Tanya from Washington. Robin in Atlanta. We've got Karen from Muskoka. We've got Renee from Bucks County, Pennsylvania. We've got Wichita, Kansas. April is looking forward to learning how to give back to her community through this holiday project. Wonderful. Christopher from Birmingham. Leah from Cape Coral. Peter from Smithfield. Samson says, good morning, Sarah. We've got Francine, power agent, on the line from Tennessee. We've got Marilyn from Long Island. Cindy from San Jose. Bob from says, good morning. So those of you who are just joining us, I know there's a lot that are just jumping on now. Please be sure to use that Q&A section there. You're going to see a little question mark on your screen. We're going to use that to ask questions at the end. You can also tell us where you're from and what you hope to get out of today. If we have any power agents on the line, please do say hello and give us a shout out so we know you're here. We're always excited to have you on the line. Shonda from Olympia, Barbara from Boston, Bob, this is good afternoon. We got Cindy from San Jose. We got Lisa from Saratoga.
Julie, can you hear me?
I can. It's noon. Hello.
Can you see me?
I can.
All right, good. Just making sure. I don't trust anything nowadays. So, how are you? We got a lot of people calling in.
We do. They're rolling in now. We've got power agents on the line. We've got agents from, looks like from all over North America on the line.
I don't know if you noticed, but I have my green/teal shirt for the holiday feel.
I love it.
I'm like oh, I was gonna say I'm like a Christmas tree, but I've gained so much weight. I'm more like a Christmas bush.
Oh my goodness.
No.
Goodness.
Oh, God.
Everybody's looking forward to the presentation today. So are you ready to get rocking and rolling? We're at the noon hour.
Yeah, because it looks like it's time. So let's get started. Take it away.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to today's webinar. We have a very special topic today. We are going to be talking about the Holiday Heroes Project, how to become a holiday hero in your market, with our wonderful speaker, Darryl Davis. Thank you, Darryl. To get the most from this webinar, we want you to take really good notes and also use that little Q&A panel there in your control panel to ask us any questions you might have. We do have a full hour, but we are going to take questions at the end and do a little coaching at the end. If you want to reach us at any time after today's webinar, you can reach out to us on all social media platforms at Darryl Speaks. Darryl is the author of 3 books, all published by McGraw-Hill Publishers. That first one you see there, How to Become a Power Agent in Real Estate, is actually the #1 selling book to real estate agents on Amazon. Darryl was named one of the top influencers and thought leaders by Risk Media Magazine this year.
By the way, Julie, the year's almost over. We got to see if they'll throw me.
I know.
Otherwise, we got to delete the slide.
I put in for it. Darryl is also the recipient of the coveted CSP designation from the National Speakers Association, which is only given to less than 2% of speakers worldwide. On that note, Darryl, I am so excited. Our team has worked so hard for this, to give this to agents. So take it away.
Thank you, Jules. So, gang, I just first of all, I want to welcome everybody, and we're very excited. You know, we usually don't use the GoToWebinar. Actually, this is the first time in a year or so before you guys got on. We're having so many tech problems. I do want a couple more housekeeping pieces before we get into this content. Every Wednesday, this is a different webinar than what we usually do. Every Wednesday, we focus on listing and selling real estate strategies. Today, this is about giving back to the community, and we're going to talk a little bit about that and why. So we have 2 types of people on this call. We have our power agents who are in our coaching program, and then we have our guests that are not power agents. I really want to focus on the content today. So we're not going to talk about it during this segment here. Usually in the beginning, I'll talk a little bit about the power program. But for those of you that are guests, at the end of the call, we do have a holiday special that we're running. I'll let you know what that is. Also, at the end of this webinar, I'm going to stay on and answer any questions that you have either about this topic or about real estate stuff or the power program. But those guests, just make a mental note or write down darrylspeaks.com/trial, because you can get, we're doing a real great thing during the holidays for new power agents. Anyway, some miscellaneous notes I want to get into with you. First of all, I want to acknowledge some people because, again, this is not what we normally do, this kind of topic, listing and selling. If it wasn't for my team, this would not have happened. We, 10 days ago, I spoke in my heart to say, hey, listen, real estate has been doing really super for a lot of people. Our industry during this pandemic has actually grown when other industries have gotten their teeth kicked in. And so I thought that it was time for us to give back during this holiday season. Everybody on this screen, there's more people in my company, but these are the ones I wanted to highlight. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have this what we're going to be giving you today. I also wanted to do a special shout out. It's not normal, not normally would another speaker help promote an event like this one. So I want to thank Jared James for pushing this out there too. Also Lab Coat, our new friends, and Tristan over there for pushing this out. But I also want to thank our Power Agent family, all the Power Agents who've been sharing this webinar to get the word out so we can give back to the community and make a difference. Next thing is, this is just the starting point, what I'm going to share with you during this webinar. Some of you have done holiday events. You could probably teach me some things here. So I tried, and we tried, my team, to give you the best that we can to help serve you. In my research in this, what I walked away with, you know, this is not easy to put together a drive, a donation drive in your community. There's easy ways and then there's complicated ways to do it. But either way, I want you to consider, if it seems too hard for you, maybe work with your office, work with other agents. Don't do this alone. If nothing else, make sure that you contribute to some family this year. And I'll tell you why in just a moment. But right now, let me share something else. We have a complete system that we put together for you. So what's going to happen is, one of the things we're giving to you as a gift is a almost 40-page operations manual on how to run a donation drive. And I say donation drive because it could be food, it could be clothing, it could be toys. So how do you do a donation drive? We're giving this to you. It's going to be on the website, holidayheroesproject.com, in just a minute. Don't go there now. But we're giving this to you. Also, I want to show you something else. I'm going to click over to the actual website, and then I'm going to start teaching from some of this. When you go to holidayheroesproject.com, this is a page that we created for you. You don't have to log into it. You don't have to give us your email or contact. It's like an open page. Anybody who goes to this page will be able to download that guide that I just showed you. In addition, we created all of these marketing pieces for you that can be customized. And there's checklists, there's volunteer stuff, there's press releases, there's even landing pages, which I think I'll talk about later, and some other stuff. So we gave you this turnkey system. Oh, and also we created a special Facebook page for this too, where you can actually post photos, and we'll talk about that more later. So let me go back to our slides. Before I get into the actual training, the specifics, I want to create a context so that way you can appreciate the content. For most of us, like the context usually would be, okay, let's do a holiday event or a drive because that's good marketing, it's good business, it's good self-promotion, and all that's very true. You being a holiday hero in your community is really good marketing. But I want to go beyond just the marketing aspect. I want to talk to you about the lives that you can make a difference with. And so I'm going to, in the next 7 minutes, just have a conversation with you about that. And then we're going to get into the specific strategies. See, when we think about this pandemic and what's happened, because that's what I want to say, that's part of the context, is that we all know that doing drives and collecting toys and giving food to people during the holidays is a great thing to do. Every one of you on this call, if you didn't have a calling to make a difference in the world in this regard, you wouldn't be on this webinar. So I know I have the right people that I'm talking to. But what I want you to pay a close attention to is that this year is going to be so much harder for people than any other year because of this pandemic. For example, when we hear on the news about restaurants closing, like if we really take the time to think about it, it's not just the restaurant that gets impacted, it is the servers, the busboys, the hostess, all out of a job, the truck that delivers the food to the restaurant, that truck driver may have lost his job. The insurance salesperson that makes money selling insurance to the restaurants. You know, studies have shown that New York, as an example, which obviously has a tremendous amount of restaurants, they say that statistically at least half of those restaurants will not come back. I won't even get into the children aspect about what this year has meant for children and relationships and friendships and seeing the world through this pandemic. Travel, you know, we think about, see, when I heard about the airlines having a tough time, my first thought was, well, you know what, you know, they're big. I'm sure the CEOs are doing fine and blah, blah, blah. But what about all the flight attendants? What about the airports where people, the shoe shiner who makes money because of travel, who can't have it and feed his family, or especially during this holiday time? Las Vegas, casinos, well, they can afford to suffer, but not all the servers and housekeepers and the conventions and the unions and all of those mom and pop people that count on people coming to the Vegas. And of course, Broadway's been shut down, I think, since March of this year. The producers, yeah, they're losing money, but what about the actors, the stagehands, the restaurants in Manhattan, the ticket people who sell the tickets, the people who scalp the tickets? There's so many people that have actually being impacted, and we can make a difference. I want you to be a holiday hero in your marketplace, and I want to give you the tools to help you on how to do that. So let's get into the specific content. Now, what I'm going to share with you, gang, is this is in the guide, the operations manual we're going to give you. So we're recording this video. You can watch it later. You can share this training. But the operations menu gets really deep on these strategies. So number one is decide on the type of drive donations that you want to collect in your community. there's really kind of three there's that you can decide. And I think it's good to focus on one, like just food or clothing, or toys for the holidays. So it'll make it easier to try and zoom in on one specific area that you want to make a difference with. The second thing is decide, the families and how you want to do that. How do you want to, which families do you want to help? So there's two ways to find the people in your community that you want to make a difference with. One of them is that you collect and do it yourself, right? So what we did is we created a landing page for you on how you can do this. Matter of fact, let me escape out of this and go to the thing that we created for you, and just give me a second to find it. Yeah. So the landing page. So let me click on this. We designed this for you. If you decide that you want to find the families that need help in your community, we've created this thing. It's called Lead Pages. It's an inexpensive software. I think they might even have a free aspect. Sarah, do we know what Lead Pages costs, or like on a beginner level? If you're still with me, Sarah.
I am here. It's
Go
the
ahead.
beginner level is $37 a month.
Okay. So it's really very easy to use. My team is familiar with it. So if you guys had questions about it, I mean, we don't do tech support, but we're very committed to this project, the Heroes Project. So anyway, you would punch in or customize the location where you're going to do this, learn more. This is brought to you by you. So you drop your photo and your bio in here. There's when people click on this, they can opt in to be volunteers to help you do this project. When they click on this form, this is where people would fill out that form, and you can get sponsors, and there's the stuff. Okay, so going back to the slide with the forms, where is that? Sorry. So this is just a screenshot of the form. There's more pages to it, but when people go to this website that you have for this project, and they say, I'm a family that needs help, and they click on it, they'll see a Google form that they can fill out and tell you what they need, right? So that's one way to do it. And there's a screenshot of this website that I just showed you. So that's one way. One way is to create the landing page, which we've created for you. You just have to plug in the date and information and your contact stuff. The second one is you can partner up with a local or a national charity. Now, honestly, the first one is harder, right? The second one, you're piggybacking on an existing charity. A lot of realtors do the Toys for Tots, and there's some other ones that are popular in our industry. The thing that I like, the thing that I care about for you though, is I like you to get some reward, so you're not so disconnected. Like, it's easier to collect food and put flyers out and say, hey, donate, and then you give it to the charity, and then the charity distributes it. If there is a way, like if you decide to do number two, that you can actually be part of seeing the families that you are making a difference with, because that's the reward for you, to see the difference you're making, and I really want that for you. Some churches, local churches, local pantries. So you don't have to go big national. You can just look in your own backyard, right? Now, this company I found, and everything I'm showing you on the screen, you're getting a copy of these slides, you're getting the recording, and all of this is on the Holiday Heroes Project.com site once we switch that over. And Sarah, as soon as you switch it over, you can let me know. This Move for Hunger, I found this company, and they're a moving company. And what they discovered is that people who move, if they sell their house, and they may have food left over in their refrigerator, and instead of packing it or throwing it out, they've created this system where, hey, if you're moving, we'll come take your food for you and give it to local folks or local charity. They have a great system in place. They have flyers, and you can hook up with them to do a charity. Feeding America, they kept popping up left and right. Like, they have a great system that if you wanted to do a food drive and piggyback with them, they'll do similar to what my team has created for you, which is more, theirs is obviously specifically for food, and it's just for their distribution, right? Okay, some other sample charities, Goodwill, No Kid Hunger, Operations Warm, One Warm Coat, Wounded Warriors, Foundation Fight Hunger campaign. So all of these, and we have websites for you in that operations guide, okay? If you're going to partner with another charity, we created some questions for you to ask them, for you to get clear about what is it that they need and how can you serve them. You know, with the bigger companies like, or organizations like Feeding America, you know, they know what they're doing. But perhaps your local pantry, food pantry, or soup kitchen or something like that, this will be useful for you to have an intelligent dialogue on how you can best help them. If you're going to do a food drive, especially if it's for a pantry, they usually have things that they need, specifics. So what we did is we created this flyer that you would just customize those, like it says stuffing, green beans, corn, whatever, like you would actually customize it. All of this that you see, you can customize. So if the food pantry says that they need, you know, green bean, corn, but they don't need mashed potatoes, and then you just delete it off the flyer. We also created for you a template for a gift tag, right? So if you're collecting the names of the families that they need, that form that I didn't show you too much, the Google Drive form, it asks the family as they go through the questions, how many people in your household, what are the ages, what is it that they request. For children, they may request, you know, a Star Wars toy or something. So that way the children are getting what they're requesting to put that smile on their face. So what we did is we created this tag so you can write it out, and then you'll see there it says return the gift to. You're writing what it is, and you put it on the gift, so it helps you stay organized, that the donation gets to the right family based on their needs. Now, how to collect your donations? There's 3 options, right? So you can have a single location. We see the Red Cross, they're always out there ringing their bell, and they're usually at the same place every year. So there's an advantage to that. The possible locations, what I think is the best, especially if you're doing a food drive, is grocery store. In my area, we have the Firehouse does a Stuff the Bus thing. And I was really good with this with my son, like it was a tradition for my son and I as he was growing up, that every Christmas when we would go food shopping, there'd be the Stuff the Bus. You can find out what it is that they wanted, right? So we got the flyer, and when we would go food shopping, my son, I had the household cart, and he pushed the Stuff the Bus cart. And so we would shop for our family and for the Stuff a Bus and fill up. So we always made sure we filled up the grocery cart. And so that's what we did every year. If you're doing a food drive and you're at the grocery store, man, it is awesome, because as people are entering the grocery store and you give them your flyer, like, you know, if you wouldn't mind, this is what we're collecting for the Heroes Project. And so now they're walking out. It would be almost impossible for people while they're buying their groceries to not look at least one item on your list and grab that to give it to you when they leave. Okay, farmers market, same thing. Restaurants, library, place of worship, community center. I like the community center too, because the community center might have programs and informational things for people of need, you know, people that are homeless, people that are struggling financially. So it's also a way to bring people to those community centers to get educated, if that's the case with your community center. So that's the single location. By the way, I'm going to, at the end of this, I'm going to stay and we're going to answer questions. Multiple drop-off locations. So that's another way to do it. That's, you know, that's cool, because it just makes it easier for people to find the location. We created a flyer for you that you can, you know, put there. I want to say something about the Holiday Heroes project logo while I'm thinking about it. So there you can put your company logo and put you can edit this too. The Holiday Heroes project, you're free to use that. I always get that question. Everything I'm giving you, you can use. This is about one thing, helping people that need help. So now my company, we've trademarked Holiday Heroes, but you can use it. So I'm just letting you be aware of that. I love the name Holiday Heroes Project. I think it's really quite awesome. Anyway, so I always get that question, can I use this stuff? Yes, you can. So multiple drop-off locations. The last one is virtual. So this is now a new thing, right? To do virtual donation drives. And we found a bunch of companies that do that. It's in the operations guide for you. I'll show you one that, Sarah, if you can make sure, I have a feeling that you give goods may not be in the operations guide. So if you can just make sure and talk to Camille about that. It might be, but just double check. So this company, You Give Goods, what you can do, you'll see the logo on there. It says sponsored by the North Central Jersey Association of Realtors. So what this organization does is it looks like a shopping cart, right? So if you drive people to this virtual website that you're sponsoring, it actually shows items that are needed for a pantry or something, right? So people just click on, so it's a shopping cart already ready to go, and people just choose, all right, I'll buy, corn, or I'll buy this, and it moves into, and then they pay for it, and that's it. So this is really super easy, super turnkey. Again, the only thing that I would love it if you guys could actually see the faces of the people you're giving to, but that's going to take more work. So you have to decide. But let me tell you something. If you just did this, if you don't have the time to do a whole big event, but you do something like this and you push it out there, you email and you make some flyers, then you're giving back. If everybody did that, we need people need love right now. People need coming together. We've been, United States, we got a little beat up this year, especially recently. So we need to come together. All right. Anyway, there's something else. There's 20 simple but effective virtual fundraising ideas. So we found this article. It's Give Forms. This website is in the operations guide too. So that's there for you because it's a long one. Okay, so continuing, you doing your own and bringing people together, you got to get volunteers because you can't do this alone. And people are going to want to. People are going to want to. So ask your friends and the children. Kids are the best because they're all in, man. Anything, get them out of the house and they want to grow up. They want to participate in the world. So, so children, awesome. Next thing is post it on social media. Sam, you're doing this event. Need some volunteers. You can direct them to the sign-up form that we created for you online, and the sign-up form you use. That's just yours. Okay. Past clients. Reach out to your past clients. Send them an email. Call them. Vendors like loan officer, attorney, title rep, all these people say, listen, I'm doing this Holiday Heroes project. I'd like you to be a holiday hero with me. Colleges, reach out to colleges who the students, their major is either social work, nursing, health science, psychology. It's very possible that being a very integral person in this project with you, they could get some college credit, not college credit, but credit in their class. Even if they don't, because this is the profession they're pursuing, they're going to want to participate because that's who they are, right? They're people that want to serve and help others. Here are some of the positions that you might need. You got a team leader, so a right-hand person that'll help be your point person, so you're not doing this alone. You can delegate one person to find the locations, to find sponsors. A marketing director, somebody who's a little creative, they can take the pieces we did and tweak it and embellish on it. Somebody just for media relations to contact the news and the radio and events set up and schedules. That's a big one. So if you're going to have that location, that one location where people are going to be manning that location, collecting donations, you're going to have shifts of people, right? So it's going to be from, let's say if it's from 9 to 6 or 7 at night, people are not going to be there all day. So you're going to have maybe 4-hour shifts, maybe have 2 people at each shift, and you got what day, Saturday, Sunday, you got to schedule this. Having somebody just for that would be good. Somebody to coordinate the donations and delivery of the donations. By the way, if you decide to partner with a local charity, your church or whatever, soup kitchen, if they have a list of people in need, they're not going to give it to you. But if you're in partnership with them, you say, listen, I want to help do the fundraiser, and I'm going to bring with that. There's one thing I ask is I'd like to be part of the team that does the delivery to the needy families, wherever that is. Again, I really want you to see the difference that you are making. I want you to see it on people's faces. To me, that's the most important thing in this. And the reason why is because if it touches your heart, more people that get touched, then it's going to spread out, and there's going to be more people helping more people, because you're going to say what a great experience it was. So I want you to experience it. Flyer distribution. So how are we going to distribute the flyers? Door to doors, mailing, hanging it up. There's a team for that. Now, this is a little selfish real estate marketing thing. You should be the one, obviously. You have a team of volunteers. I want you, though, going door to door to meet your farm area and the people and tell them who you are and why you're doing this. Okay. Social media manager, somebody just deal with the posting everywhere, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. Like, have somebody be in charge of that. A photographer, they should donate their time. We'll talk about that later. And don't worry about these websites, right? Don't try and write it down now. You're getting a copy of the slides or this recording. You're getting the manual. It's in there. But there's a couple of softwares that I found for people that, their apps for people that manage charity donation drives, and where it keeps track of your team. I mean, that's overboard perhaps. That's why it's a little afterthought, because this is not your full-time job. But I looked at them, I said, this is pretty cool, so I want to at least make sure you're aware of it. Thank you for being a Holiday Hero volunteer. So we created a sign-up form where people can actually say this is what they would like to do. They check the box, say, I like to do this job versus that job or whatever. And that's another. We also created this online, so it'll be digital, or you can print out a flyer and pass it out. We created also a roster that you'll have people, what their day, this is not the right picture, but we created a roster and schedule where people, who's working what shift. So we created that for you. It's all online. This is all, we got it all for you. Finding your location. So heavily trafficked area is good. There's an opportunity for businesses. So if you talk to a restaurant or any of these people, the grocery store, this is the grocery store, come on, for a food drive. You're going to sell more food because we're going to tell people when they go in, here's a list to go buy for the thing we're raising for. So you're doing any business that you go to, you're doing them a favor. So it's going to be more promotion for them. So don't worry, feeling comfortable asking. Best locations, I already said this: grocery store, place of worship, shopping center, perhaps. Keep in mind, you may have to have a backup plan depending on your weather, where you are. And so keep that in mind. Consider other considerations. What hours can you conduct the event? So you'll ask the business, the parking lot that has the parking lot, where you're going to be. Are there bathrooms nearby? That's important because you're going to have the volunteers there. And that's it. Okay, finding sponsors. So I have a list of suggestions, like a printer could be a sponsor. You acknowledge these people. You can put their promotional stuff, a logo on the website where you're going to have this. They can be in everything that you do, a special shout out to them. A printer is a great sponsor because if you're going to print up flyers or postcards or a banner because of the day and location, you want something visual. If you're going to rent the truck, I don't have that anywhere here. You could rent the U-Haul truck. You talk, do we have? No. Yes, I think we do. But let's say a moving company, they got a truck. You say, can you donate the truck? So you do stuff a trunk. It's not about stuff a trunk. And then you put banner with the drive, Holiday Hero drive, and the printer, they can do, maybe they'll comp it, or maybe they charge a cost. Okay. title company, everybody that we work with, law firms, moving storage company, they donate the boxes, donate the moving truck, a mortgage company, car dealer, home inspector, termite. Now, restaurant, here's something you can do. You can talk to a restaurant and say, give me a coupon, for dinner for two or something. And that's the raffle. Any of these people on the screen, they can pay like a TV or something. You can do a raffle. For every item of food, somebody gets an entry card into a raffle. So if I buy 2 cans of corn, I get 2 entries into the raffle, which could be a dinner for 2, it could be a TV. This is fun. Fun, fun, fun. The more sponsors you get, the better, because they're going to promote it too, you see. And we created a logo. Sarah, I hope we have the logo. We created a Holiday Heroes Project sponsor. So the sponsor can take this logo and use it on their stuff. We created a lot for you. Let me go through some of these things. Okay, use some other tips. Use hashtag Holiday Heroes in all your social media, because I'd like to see us I'm trying to rally up the realtor industry to do this, so we can see each other, what we're doing, give each other ideas, distribute your flyers, posters, signage of the event, door to door. We've talked about some of this already. Where you should make a little Holiday Heroes Project badge or button. It says, ask me about the Holiday Heroes Project. So when you're walking around, what is that? I need volunteers. I need money. I need donations. I need food. I need whatever you're raising for. Don't worry, because we created the badge for you. We made it so easy. It's laid out. You can print on an Avery label. So you stick it on. You can have a you could go to the printer. Well, let me go back. You can have the printer go back and have them make your badge if you want. But we did it Avery label cheap. You'll see at the bottom right-hand corner, you see where it says put your photo there, your company logo, so you can customize all these. So we did one for the food drive. We did a couple of those for Thanksgiving. So there's some food drives. You're getting all this. This is for the holidays. But we're probably going to add things like next year. Like we created an operations manual that regardless of the event, that you can use this all year. So another event, maybe Easter, do an Easter drive donation. So we're going to be putting that on the site too. Social media posts, we created social media friendly dimensions for you also. So there's the 8.5 by 11 flyer, there's that. So social media, paste it in, paste it or post it. I think I meant post. Post it in the Facebook groups of where you are, your town, your community. I love Facebook groups. And my power agents know that I love Facebook groups because it's like digital farming. You got your whole farm there. You don't have to get in your car. You don't have to knock on doors. It's right there, and it's free. You interview. This is touching. This will be touching. If you do know of a family that you're going to help, yes, and you mind if I interview you, and I'm going to post it. I want to tug on people's heartstrings so they can donate. So you may want to do that. I like this idea. As you're doing this event, you should record it. You can either stream it or just record it. Like if you're going to the printer, this is what I like you to do. Where's my phone? Especially this is your first time, you should record this. You take your phone. I say, I'm just doing a video diary. I'm going to the printers now to ask them to be a sponsor for my first Holiday Heroes drive. Let's see what happens. You go in, you talk to the printer, you nail it. Bing, they're going to be a sponsor. You come back in the car, you record that. You should do this. I don't know what you can do with it. You can maybe post it if you want, but you should record you making a difference in this project here. Okay. Emails, you want to send some emails. You probably have your clients, you've got emails and blah, blah, blah. And for those of you that are still like, how do you do mass emails? There's a couple of companies recommend. Active Campaign is a good company. It's a separate company. Your CRM might have the email capability, so you're good. Vertical Response is another one. We actually use this company ourselves when we do our mass email. We have our own in-house email system for our special folks, but when we do mass emailing, this is the company we use. Also, how do you get the email list for your area? There's a couple of companies, RPR, Realtors Project, they have that ability to at least get the addresses. I don't know about the emails, but definitely addresses. So you can punch that in. RedX, you can get emails, coal information. These are vendors that we work with for our power agents. So power agents, we have coupons for these companies, so you save a ton of money. Contacting the media, local radio. How are we doing, Julie, by the way?
We are doing awesome.
Okay. Local radio, cable stations, let them know, newspapers, faith bulletins. Let the church or the temple or whatever, whoever's got, let them know you're doing this Holiday Heroes project. You like their support to at least get the word out. Okay. You can call them, you can email them, you can send a message via Facebook or LinkedIn, shake the trees, contact. Now for the press, you should contact them 2 weeks before the event on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Like for radio and television, those are like the hot days. And 2 weeks is when you want to do that, okay? We wrote a press release for you, obviously for you to plug in your information. So we did that for you. The raffles, I told you about that idea, all right? I love that idea, okay? Cash register, if you are doing something at not a food market, what's a vegetable, farm stand or a grocery store, and you talk to the manager, you talk to the owner of the farm stand and say, listen, can you push, like when people are gonna spend something, they're like, you know, it's $8.54, you ask them, can we round it up to $9 and maybe use that cash to go buy or create a gift card or something. So maybe ask that, okay? Celebrities, if you got any celebrities, a radio station host, talk show, weather person, blah, 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 you got a celebrity in your area, but somebody, ask them to donate, to help, to collect food or clothing at the one, if you're doing one location, have the celebrity there, promote that they're going to be there. You know, oh, the people come. So that's all right. Photographer, see if we can get a photographer to donate their time to follow you, to document, to take photos, you know, at least on the day of the event, right? Number 8, the event week. We're kind of coming to the end here, I think. Have a final meeting with your team of volunteers. Make sure your team has enough supplies like boxes and donation, sorting, collection, instructions. So now this is the final week. You got to figure out, make sure everyone has positions and responsibilities. What we did is we created an event checklist for you. So that's there. Again, you can edit this because, you know, we try to do our best here. You know, as you do this, you're gonna, oh, Darryl, we need to have this. You forgot that bullet, so you can customize it. The event day, set up the food collection site. You have your tables, your chair. Make sure you take care of your volunteers so they have something. Post the food drive signs, a very visible place. The more signs, the better. Yeah. Welcome the volunteers as they come. Go over the instructions with them. Tell them how things are gonna run. The volunteers should be responsible for sorting if you're doing a food or clothes or toys. So you need somebody to manage that, you know, so it doesn't get overwhelming, right? Relax, smile, have a wonderful event. This is bringing it together. When the drive is over, make sure you take care of the area, clean up, take down the signs, and, you know, thank the sponsors, thanks the hosts. We created some promotional stuff for you to use to thank the companies. And when you distribute, because I told you, I really want you to get into the distribution thing. And even if you're working with a local charity, they're going to manage, you're going to bring them the food, they're going to sort it, they're going to get, this family needs this family needs, like they're going to do all that. But then you're going to hop in the car and do some of the handing out with them. Either way, you may want to also include snaps in the package. So if you're given a box or a bag of something or whatever it is, the snaps is the old, it used to be called food stamps. And, you know, just make sure people are aware of it. So what we did is we clicked, because some people may not be aware that this is an option. Because, you know, we're helping them during the holidays, but I'm thinking, what about after the holidays? You know, if these people are food insecure, you know, so Oh, and that's the other thing why this is so important you doing this, because a lot of these food pantries they're dry, man, because of this pandemic. So many people unemployed, they're looking for food. So this is another reason why we need to do this, okay? Because the food pantries, they need it. They're dry, okay? I told you about the website, no, the Facebook group. And the Facebook group is called Holiday Heroes Project. So facebook.com/Holiday Heroes Project, just like everything else. And you'll be able to upload photos and you can ask questions if you want. But I like this to maybe be a diary too. So when you record the videos or take photos, put it up there. I like us to inspire one another, okay? Some people, it's not they made bad choices. Some people make bad choices, and so they're the result of that. But this year there's people it had nothing to do with their choices. This happened to them. So if we have the ability to help these people, let's do something, right? So sorry about that. I didn't think I was going to do. You know how many times I watched it? I watched it like 10 times, just so I would get used to it. Now we'll do this now. All right. We're going to do questions. Before I do, let's do a couple of questions, and then I want to tell everybody, if you're not a power agent, we have another gift for you if you want to become part of our coaching and training program. I do want to talk about that in just a minute. I wasn't going to because I wanted to focus on just this project, the Holidays Hero Project. But a lot of people on my team, they were saying, but we don't want to rip people off the opportunity if we can let them know about the special that we're running, and it might help them in their business. So I do want to tell you that. As a matter of fact, should I just do that now, Julie, and then we'll go open up?
Let's do that now. And then while you're doing that, because we really don't have that many questions, only a couple. So if anybody has a question, please use that little question mark or the little, you'll see question there in the Q&A panel there in your control panel. So just ask any questions, and it doesn't have to be related just to this. We're here to coach and take your real estate questions as well for a little while. So.
Right, we're going to stay on for a while. I have a dentist at 3 o'clock. Other than that, I'm good. So we'll stay here for other questions. All right, but really quick, it's 2 slides I want to show you. This is for the guests on the call. Our program, the Power Agent program, we're running a special right now. Here's what it is. It's only $5 during the holiday season. And here's the bottom line is you get access to the Power Program website. This is listing and selling training. There's bonuses I'll show you, and you can cancel anytime. So I'm not going to go deep on what our Power Program is, but I will show you what the gift is, the special. When people sign up during this time period, they get a complete 103 PowerPoint slide that they can use to do virtual listing appointments. They get a video on how to do listing appointments from start to finish. This guide is pretty awesome on multiple offers. This is a guide that you customize and you give it to either a buyer or to a seller, explaining the intricacies in what's going to be happening during the multiple offers. So I'm very proud of that. It's really powerful. You get to keep all these. These are bonuses just for signing up. If you're a new agent, there's a starter kit for you. There's dialogues for prospecting, which we're really strong at with FSBOs, especially how to set up a business page on Facebook. Lastly, you're going to get a copy of these slides anyway, but there's a CRM that we have. Anyway, the bottom line is if you bought that, that's what it would cost, but it's $5 and you get to keep it. So if you decide to cancel during the 30 days, after that, it's $47 a month. So if you want to become a power agent, there's so much more. There's a closed Facebook group and there's weekly coaching calls and webinars. But again, I don't want to get into too much specifics on the program. So you can do that later, okay? But if you have questions now about the Power Program, about the Holiday Heroes Project, or any listing and selling things, and then what I'm going to do is after that, power agents that are with us on the call, I am going to do some training about the Power Program website. So if you want to stay, I'm going to go through some of the features of the Power Program and some other new things that we have. So power agents that are on this webinar, do me a favor, you can stay, and guests can stay too if you're curious, but we're going to be training some power agents, all right? Anyway, that's it, Julie. Do we have any questions for anybody?
Yes. One is, would they need special permitting or insurance?
That's a great question. I think it's probably wise to talk to an insurance broker who, by the way, when you talk to them, you're going to make them a sponsor. And ask them, do you need some kind of, if you're going to have volunteers and you're going to be collecting and is there some kind of policy for that? And there's probably a one-off policy that is not like you're committing to a year. It's from the date of your drive to when the drive is over that you're covered for anything that happens in between those dates. So it's a temporary policy. They're usually very inexpensive. So yeah, next question.
And if you're partnering with a charity, they're going to be able to guide you in that as well. Diane says we should also make sure our boards are taking care of our fellow agents who might be facing stressful times. So that might be good too, to work within your board to help agents that are struggling right within your board. So it's a great idea.
I never thought of that. That is an awesome idea. You can do a drive for your fellow colleagues that have actually not had a good year and do that through the board. That's a brilliant idea.
Jill says, Darryl said that we would get a copy of the slides. I am the board chair of a homeless engagement life partnership and would love to share this presentation with them to improve our game. So yes, you will get a copy of the slides, and all of these materials are going to be available to you at that holidayheroesproject.com.
Once again, the holidayheroesproject.com site, it's an open website. So meaning you go there, you will not have to log in or put in your contact information. You'll be able to download stuff. So if you want to share that with anybody, be my guest.
It is our gift to you.
It's all for you guys to use however you want to use it. And to even people that weren't on this webinar, I want the more people that use this, the better. That's it. All right, next.
Can I tell the group about this group of children, which would be a great project to collect for real? Yes, you can tell anybody you'd like, Anitra. I love this program. However, in Minnesota, we are getting more restrictions. So having events with volunteers and people dropping off would be difficult. Can this program be done 100% virtually with monetary donations? Absolutely. I think you went through some of those in early on in the slides, Darryl, where you talked about there's a lot of virtual, there's organizations where you can set up an entirely virtual.
Yeah, there's this guide there, where's the Holiday Hero? So give me a second. Julie, you can ask for the next question, guys. So this guide is what you would download, and let me just change it to a two-page display, two-page, and so this is the guide that you download, and on there it has the web links for the big companies. This is the virtual. So here's some virtual links. Okay, this is the one, giveforms.com. 20 simple but effective. That's a blog article that has 20 ideas about doing virtual. So that's in the guide for you. Okay, next question, Julie.
Shelly joined a little bit late. Do you have ideas for how to find specific families' needs? And yes, you did talk about that, and that would be to go through like your local charities, your local places of worship, even the guidance counselors and stuff at your local schools are usually, they have families that are flagged that need help. So those are great ways to start.
Yeah, so let me see. We created this form for you. Oh boy, I can't launch it easily here, but let me see if I can do that. To answer that question, but let's see if you have while I'm doing this. Do you have another question, Julie?
What is the web address again? And it's holidayheroesproject.com.
Yep. This is the Holiday Heroes family registration that when you promote people to come to, let's say, your website, where is it? Over here, and it says volunteers need. Are you a family in need this year? When they click on the family donations needed form, it would bring them to this, and then they would fill this out saying, what is it? Or is this the
Darryl, Sarah, if you just refresh that Holiday Heroes template page, it'll take you to the Families in Need form. If you refresh the landing page.
The landing page. Okay, let me do
Yep.
that. Everybody, that voice is Sarah. She's incredible. Okay. Are you a family in need this year? So when they click on that, here is the form that they fill out. Okay, good. And how many children in your household that we're collecting for? How many adults? Wants me to give an answer. So I can't flip through the rest of this, but it's a few pages, and that's how you gather the families in need. So you have a website that you promote, and the family goes there, they click, they fill out the form, and then you have your roster of families that you're going to help. Okay. Next
Wonderful.
question.
Can I present these slides to my office and get more people involved? Absolutely.
Yeah, listen, I want you to take everything I'm giving you and use it, steal it, edit it, make your own. I don't care what term you use. This is all for you to use to help people, period. Okay.
Can you go back to the main page, the Holiday Heroes page, so they can see all the things that we've created for them?
Yes, I will. If I can find it, go back to it. Here it is. So gang, this is, I'm going to zoom out. This is the, when you go to holidayheroesproject.com, it's different in the address bar. Don't worry about it. holidayheroesproject.com. This is where you'll download the e-guide. This is where you can download all of the promotional items, the press releases, the checklists, all that stuff. And we might add things too. Like if you guys come up with something like, oh, listen, I've done this before, Darren. Here's a form that you didn't have. Please share it with us and we'll put it on here, okay? We plan on using the Holiday Heroes project for future events too after this holiday. So we'll be adding to the site, and we're gonna put on this site this recording and the copy of the slides for you to download. So that'll be here too. Just give us a few days on that. What else, Julie?
Awesome information. Thanks so much. Not an agent, but love the offers. May I still get them? Absolutely. This is for everybody. So if you know of an organization that, look, our goal, Darryl came up with this idea and it touched all of our hearts in our organization. Our goal is to help as many people as possible. So you don't have to be a power agent or member to get these. We would like you to share them with as many people as you can. If you don't feel like you can do it yourself, share it with people in your community that you think can do it. The idea is to help families in need, to help our food pantries in our areas expand and have the capacity to help people during this time. As Darryl said, between the pandemic and just everything that's been going on, there's just a tremendous amount of need. There are people that are hungry.
I want to just tell you, I want to be clear with everybody because of what Rose just asked. So this slide here is totally unrelated to the Holiday Heroes project. So I just want to be clear because we might even have some non-real estate agents on this call. So just to be real clear, what my company does is train agents on what to say, when to say it, and how to say it when they're face-to-face with buyers or sellers on how to list and sell real estate. So we're the training company that helps people be more skilled as real estate professionals. People that take our program, they're called power agents. And this slide that's on the screen, if people are not a power agent and they want to join our family or at least check it out for a month, they can for $5, and everything on the screen they get to keep. Now, separate from that, this Holiday Heroes project is for anybody and everybody. I mean, it's geared towards really real estate professionals because this guide that we created speaks to the realtor about here's how to work within your community and attorneys and blah, blah, blah. So it is slanted, but even if you're not a real estate professional, the content in here is pretty awesome. And so the website to download this stuff, you don't have to be a realtor. You don't have to be a power agent. It's there. Okay. So any other questions, Julie? Because if not, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some training for the actual power agents that are on the call for about 10 minutes. And everybody else is welcome to eavesdrop and watch. because I'm going to go through the Power Program website for our Power agents. There's a few things I want to talk to them about. But before I do that, Julie, is there any other questions about the Holiday Hero?
There are some agents who are excited about that and they want to share with everybody what they're doing to see if they can help. So at the bottom of that page, holidayheroesproject.com, you'll see a Facebook link that'll link you to the Facebook page for that. So you can share what you're doing right there.
Yeah.
Samson, who is one of our Power agents, we love him, said, I have to add that Darryl and his organization doing this means a lot to community, and I, for one, appreciate you guys and your mission. I'm so proud to be a member of this organization and a Power agent. So we love you too, Samson.
Thank you, Samson. Appreciate it. This is the Facebook page that is where we want to share the love and also get the message out. People can just write and post photos, and so share that too. Okay, good. Anything else, Julie, before I get it?
I think we're ready to take on some training and coaching. So if you have real estate related questions, and we're going to go through some training on our site, yes?
Yeah, so if you're a real estate agent, you want to ask me some listing and selling stuff, we'll use this opportunity to do that now. Before we get into that part, Power agents, I just want to show you the website because this question came up. When you log into the Power Pro, and some of you have been Power agents for a while, so you've mastered the site, but we have some new folks too. So let me just go over a couple of major things. Number one, when you log into the Power Program website, there is this thing called the dashboard, which is where I am now. Classroom coaching calls, the Facebook closed group just for Power agents, registering for the next webinar. By the way, next week's webinar is on a 3-part business plan, how to write your business plan for 2021. But this is a business plan unlike any other of my colleagues. This business plan is how to do 3 business plans in one. Now business, future business, financial freedom. So there's 3 things we're going to cover. But anyway, I want to show you the directory. That's the main thing I want to get across. What you'll notice, gang, is there's some photos missing because people have not filled out their profile yet. When you're logged into it, I'll show you the searching thing. All right, let me show you the searching thing now. Let's say I need an agent in Tampa, a fellow Power agent. I type in Tampa. Let me see if we have any Tampa Power agents. If I do, there we are. Oh, there's Julie. So there's the current active Power agents that are in the Tampa market. So now if I wanted to reach out to Laura and give her a referral, I can click through and I can see her email, her phone number. Now you see, here's the challenge with Laura that I'm going to recommend. She doesn't have her Facebook information. She doesn't have LinkedIn, Twitter. She doesn't have a bio. So gang, what you really want to do is to fill this out. So that way you can really, this is an opportunity for you to market yourself. Same thing. This Power agent's missing that, Michelle. So you want to take the time. Let me see where Sarah's is. Update my personal profile. Now, Sarah, this is just a mock one. Sarah is our head ringleader at Power headquarters. And, but there she put her certification designation is scuba, language that she speaks English. Some people speak more than one. There's her links. She didn't write a bio there, tagline. Anyway, gang, what I want you to do is to make sure you fill out your directory because it'll be really good for you to start networking with other Power agents. It'll take you 5 minutes to do it. The second thing, going back to the dashboard, the coaching calls, gang, is every Monday. And you're using, to find out the code and the contact, because I'm going to hide it here in case we have non-Power agents, it's in this top there. And that'll tell you the phone number to call, the access code. That's every Monday. Now, we record the calls and we post the recordings here. And the reason why that's valuable is because sometimes I'll go through dialogue when I'm role playing with a Power agent that needs help. And so you can listen to the recording later on. And let's see what else we got. Whoops. And then if I go back to the dashboard, this is the classroom. I want to show you something. The classroom, there's kind of 2 things. There's miscellaneous stuff, and then there's skill building things. So for example, skill building would be buyers. If you needed help with buyers, you go to buyers. It's all alphabetical. You need help with farming and self-promotion. you need help with prospecting or handling objections or the listing appointment. So that's the skill building stuff. Then there's some other things in this classroom, like a link to the Facebook page, a link again to the directory, the notes I'll show you in a second. Suggestions. We actually do read our suggestions. We get great suggestions and we try to implement those suggestions. There's a whole list of vendors that we vetted and we recommend, and these are all links to them. So you should check that out. There's all great stuff there. So the vendors tab, the tech tool. So I'm not a tech guy, although I'm techie. And so what we did, well, actually Julie spearheaded this. She started recording and interviewing tech specialists on things like how to use Zoom and how to use PowerPoint and how to set up a website. There's some other training there for you. There's the virtual. So we got some tech training in here and guides and reports for you. A couple more important things. If let's say you needed something on FSBOs and you're not sure where to look, just type it in that search thing. And when you type in FSBO, it'll search and pull from the website. It's thinking, it's thinking, it's thinking. There's a lot of FSBO content. And or is it crashing because we have so many power agents right now that's actually.
I don't know.
So here it just pulled up the FSBO dialogue, a FSBO recording. And if you go older posts, it'll keep searching. So anything that's related to FSBOs will start showing you there. And then what else? Going back to the classroom, there's two last things I want to show you. I haven't talked about this too much. There's a note section. So if let's say you wanted to make a note, like you're on a webinar and there's a topic that we're doing, here's how you do this. Watch this. Give me a second. Let's say you're in the prospecting tab and you're on a call with me and we're talking about prospecting and you want to take some notes. You can just launch your note thing and give it a name, today's date, for example, FSBO call. Whoops, I wrote that wrong. Excuse my time. And then you just type some notes there. And then when you save it, I'm going to save it. And then I'm going to go back to the dashboard. Did I save it? Okay, I'm maybe clicking really super fast. So I go back to the classroom area and I go to the notes section. I should see that note that I just did. Bada bing, there it is. Now I can delete it, I can edit it, I can print it. So there's a note feature in the classroom for you to keep track of notes and ideas that you're learning in the program. One more really important thing I want to show you. And that is because there's so much in the program, I'm going to just show you the farming, for example. There is so many forms, flyers, and checklists in the program. And power agents tell us it can get a little overwhelming because there's so much. There's two things I want to tell you. Number one is these things are all alphabetical. So if you're in farming and you want a flyer, think F for flyer. And there's all these flyers for you. If let's say you need a letter, think L, there's the letter. Now let's say these are newsletters and you really like these newsletters. You're getting overwhelmed. So you know what, I want to look at it later, right? So you put a little star next to favorite. Now notice that this is the December newsletter. Now, if I go back to the classroom, this is the last thing I'm going to teach. I go back to classroom and I go to my favorites. You see the favorites? I should see that newsletter, that December newsletter right there, newsletter December. So the website literally has over 400 forms, flyers, and checklists. So as you're clicking through things and you say, boy, I really love that one, you can then give it a star. Now, if I were to click on that star again, it'll take it out of, as you'll see the star went away, and so did the item, it'll take it out of the favorites. So you can use the favorites part of the website to collect of all the hundreds of stuff that here's the things that you like to look at later perhaps, and then as you look at them later, yeah, I don't really like that one, you can unclick it. So, okay, that is the little tutorial for the Power Program website, but don't forget, Power Agents, that on Monday, is the calls every Monday where you can talk to me and get specific coaching. And then Wednesday, webinar Wednesday, every Wednesday. Okay. Any questions that anybody has?
I do want to say, for that feeling of overwhelm, we do have a monthly calendar. We also have a weekly calendar that you'll find in the time and money management. And we also have a quick start guide. So the quick start guide is the perfect way to get started in the program. But if you go to the time and money management, one of the things our power agents are loving is that we just started, is that we actually give them a calendar every single week. And that we give them that on Monday. So they start their week off with their coaching call, they start their week off with, this is what you do. There's one thing, one strategy you can do every day to build momentum and move your business forward. So I know this has been a real blessing.
Calendar that for the whole month of November, like on what you should do, like one suggestion each day. But in addition to that, what Julie was just saying is that we also email you a weekly calendar. So we'll pull from the monthly and then we give you some other suggestions. And the power agents, as Julie said, are loving that. And I just want to go back. That's in the time and money management section. And it's under, again, always think alphabetical calendar. So that's where it is, calendar. So that will change each week. Go ahead, Julie. What else?
I think that is it. I just thank you so much for doing this, and thank you to our team. Thank you for everybody who's on today and is taking time to learn about being a hero in their market. We hope to see you on next week's webinar. And we actually have some special webinar options that are going to be coming up, so we're excited about that. And tomorrow, for all of our power agents, join us tomorrow because we've got our brainstorming session tomorrow. So we're excited about that. That's going to be at noon and on Zoom. So we can't wait to see you then.
Well, let me show everybody that. So the power agents, when you go to a webinar, so I saw somebody ask, where's the directory again? When you go to the dashboard, the power agent directory is right there, okay? And the webinar registration for the webinars are also there. And so this was today's webinar, the Holiday Heroes. Tomorrow is a brainstorming session. It is not open to the public. This is exclusively for power agents. Then next week, we're talking about, is that right? Is that next week?
What's that?
The 10 top reasons homeowners should list during the holidays?
Yep.
Is that right?
That is right.
Okay, and then, oh, so I was wrong.
The last 2 weeks of the month, we're going to have 12 days of training. So.
Okay, got it. Okay, that's not even here. And then, so the business planning is going to be December 2nd then?
Yes.
I don't know why I thought it was next week. Haha, don't listen to me. Just go to the webinar registration page. That'll tell you what's coming up next. All right, good. Okay, anything else, Julie? And we'll get our questions. I think we're good, yes?
Yes, we're good. Thank you so much.
So gang, last thing, guests, if you want to become power agent, go to darrylspeaks.com trial and you get everything that's on the screen. But most importantly, gang, thank you so much for checking out how you can be a holiday hero in your marketplace. Again, this people need some help more now than any time that we've ever experienced, maybe since the Great Depression. So please do what you can to make a difference in a family, because a lot of people are suffering and we can help them. Okay, thank you. Stay safe, stay focused, and don't forget to keep smiling. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone.